So apparently, I'm that person now, the one trauma dumping their messy breakup on Reddit like it's free therapy. Never thought I'd get here. I used to scroll these posts and think, wow, glad that's not me. Yeah. Karma said, bet. Not even using a throwaway because honestly, I don't care anymore. Half of you will think I'm dramatic, the other half will call me crazy, and you'd all be right. My hands are still shaking while typing this at my sister's kitchen table, because my own apartment feels like it's haunted by dumb male energy. I'll skip the rom-com intro of how we met, nobody cares. Fast forward to last month, when my boyfriend, Peter, started treating me like I was a background NPC in his life. Dude would sit on the couch scrolling sneaker forums, not even TikTok, just ugly shoes, while I begged him to go get ramen with me. His answer: I'm not hungry. Then 30 minutes later, he'd magically reappear with takeout for himself. Not cheating, I thought. Just depressed. Burnt out. Nope. Turns out he was gearing up for his villain arc. 2 weeks ago, the comments started. Little digs. You never let things go, Claire. Or my personal fave, I feel like I can't breathe sometimes. But then he'd still want cuddles at night like some needy toddler. Pick a struggle, Peter. Then came Friday. I get home from a ceramics class looking like a swamp creature in clay-stained sweatpants, and Peter is sitting in the dark like a bootleg Batman villain. He goes, "We need to talk." And I instantly knew, it's never, "we need to talk," so I bought you tacos. He drops this gem, "I feel like you're draining me." Bro. Who says that outside of a YouTube self-help podcast? He then announces he needs freedom, grabs a pre-packed duffel bag, oh, so this was planned, and walks out. No hug, no kiss, just the door slamming like the dramatic little man-child he is. I expected him to text in 10 minutes apologizing. Spoiler, he didn't. Instead, the next day, my best friend Sophia blows up my phone. "Have you seen Peter's Insta story? Oh boy. Hotel skyline. Fancy steakhouse. Wine glasses clinking with a hand that definitely wasn't mine. Then, the perfume. His ex Gianna's perfume. Yes, the influencer ex who wore chunky bracelets like she was auditioning for Pirates of the Caribbean. She's married now, but apparently that didn't stop her from making a sequel. When I called Peter out, he ghosted me for hours before replying with, "Don't embarrass yourself. I told you I needed space." Yeah. Space apparently means hotel room with your married ex. NASA, take notes. By Sunday, I was done. I packed his crap into a pile, texted, "Come get your stuff," and when he finally showed up, he called me dramatic. So I told him he was a coward. He muttered, I shoved his arm off the table, and he whined, "Don't touch me." Fine. Get out, fragile prince. Now I'm at my sister's place eating junk food, watching trash TV, and reminding myself, if I'm draining, then he can go recharge with someone else's Wi-Fi password. So, apparently, the circus wasn't over. Peter walked out, dropped his "you're draining me" speech, and I thought that was the finale. Plot twist, that was just the opening act. I told myself I'd just let him go. Be the bigger person. But then I realized, nah. If Peter wants drama, I'll bring the popcorn machine. I crash at my sister Veronica's place, on this fold-out couch that feels like it was engineered by sadists. Her cat likes me more than she does at this point, which is both flattering and depressing. Every time I think about going back to my apartment, I get irrationally angry at stupid objects. Peter's old socks. His dumb mugs. His $80 coffee grinder like he's auditioning for Hipster Barista of the Year. Why do men buy so many socks anyway? Do they eat them? But the worst part? It wasn't that he left. It was how he made me feel like I was losing it. Sat me down in my own damn living room, called me draining, told me to work on my jealousy, then less than 24 hours later, he's posting hotel dinners with his married ex. And I'm supposed to be the unstable one. Sure, Jan. Cue me spiraling over the little things. Realizing I don't have to ration eggs for his protein pancakes. Or hide my phone charger so he doesn't borrow it every night like a raccoon. The weirdest reliefs are also the saddest proofs that I was dating a man-child. Meanwhile, Peter's Insta is basically a travel brochure for cheaters. Rooftop pool. 2 dinner plates. A seafood dish he swore he hated but apparently loves if Gianna orders it. And yes, I checked her posts like a certified FBI agent, same nails, same bracelet, same perfume bottle. Call me crazy, but at least I'm thorough. I vent to Sophia, my unpaid therapist at this point. She's like, men gaslight for sport, Claire. It's the only cardio they know. Even she doubts it's Gianna at first, but when I show her the screenshots, she's on board. Soon I've got a whole Google Drive folder of receipts, bracelets, wine glasses, hotel views. I start to think Peter's doing this on purpose. Either to make me jealous, or to convince Gianna he's still that guy. Spoiler, he's not. Then comes the nuclear option. Curtis. Gianna's husband. Poor man is still posting beach selfies, tagging her all smiley like his wife isn't busy starring in Adultery, the reboot. I decide he deserves to know. Call it petty. Call it justice. Call it community service. With Vincent, Peter's chaos-avoiding friend, as my secret informant, I get Curtis's email. I spend hours drafting it, attach all my screenshots, and hit send. Hands shaking like I just dropped a bomb, which, honestly, I did. 2 days later, Peter posts a black screen that says, "Snakes everywhere. Trust no one." Like, my guy, you cheated with a married woman. You're not Tupac. Curtis eventually replies, "Are you sure?" I send him more proof. Next day. Both their Instagrams go private. Translation, busted. Then Peter calls me, 3 times in a row like I'm his mom and he missed curfew. I finally answer. He's screaming, "You're ruining my life." I tell him, I'm just telling the truth. He calls me crazy, obsessed, vindictive. I laugh. Told him to fix his own life before diagnosing mine. Hung up. Felt calm. Almost holy. Gianna then slides into my DMs with an all-caps essay about how I ruined everything and how Peter chose her. Sweetheart, the only thing Peter ever chose was medium-rare steak and poor life decisions. I hit her with, not jealous. Just not a fan of liars. Left her on read. Fast forward, I go back to my apartment to grab clothes and guess who's waiting like a sad Labrador? Peter. Hands in pockets. Puppy dog eyes. Says he didn't mean for it to go this far. Bro, you meant it enough to book a hotel. He whines that I shouldn't have involved Curtis. I remind him maybe he shouldn't have involved Gianna. It escalates. He blames me for everything. Claims I never listened, that I trapped him, that he was suffocating. All while standing in my doorway, begging me to talk. Yeah, okay, Peter. Breathe free. Just, do it somewhere else. So Peter's standing there like some tragic Shakespeare knockoff, telling me that Gianna just understands him in ways I never could. Bro, she's married, the only thing she understands is cheating logistics. I tell him, then go be with her and leave me alone. He says, it's not that simple. I say, it is for me. He calls me cold, I call it honest. Tomato, tomato. Then, because men don't know how to exit a room without theatrics, He slaps the wall like a toddler who just discovered drywall, and storms off. My sister Veronica claps from the kitchen like I just won an award, says, "You're a legend." But honestly, I don't feel legendary. I just want this dumpster fire to burn itself out already. That night, Sophia shows up with the Holy Trinity: wine, chips, and trashy reality TV. She makes me pinky promise not to text him, not even a single WID. I promise. My mom calls too, says she's worried. Offers to drive up. I tell her I've got my crew, aka Veronica's couch and Sophia's snack stash. Mom says, "You're allowed to be angry." Which is mom code for, I would have burned his clothes by now. Next morning, 10 missed calls from Peter. I don't answer. Vincent texts to say Peter's out here telling everyone I'm manipulative. At this point, I don't care. Let him. The people who matter know the truth. Plus, Curtis, sweet cheated on Curtis, emails me a final "thank you." I appreciate it. Short, but solid. End credits, right? Wrong. 3 days later, round 2 of chaos. Sophia's stalking social media like the FBI and tells me Gianna's old Instagram is active again, posting snake memes and betrayal quotes like it's 2015 Tumblr. Honestly, tragic. Meanwhile, Vincent tells me Peter got locked out of his hotel because Curtis rolled up and raised hell. Apparently, there was a scene. Chef's kiss. Cue Peter blowing up my phone again, now from random numbers because I blocked him. One voicemail is just him going through the 5 stages of grief in 30 seconds: anger, whining, gaslighting, then silence. Delete. I go back to my apartment to grab stuff, and of course, Peter shows up. Says he wants to talk. Translation: yell. I tell him nope. He begs for a charger. I throw it in the hallway like I'm feeding pigeons. He says I ruined everything. I tell him he did that himself. He steps closer, I step outside, close the door behind me. He tries the intimidation thing, gets in my face, says Gianna picked him. I laugh and say, "Picked you? Looks like nobody picked anybody." He storms off again. At this point, my hallway neighbors must think we're filming a soap opera. Later that week, Gianna herself pops up at the grocery store. Designer shades, bags under her eyes, whole vibe is fallen influencer. She walks up and asks if I did this on purpose. I hit her with, "Maybe I did." She says I'm jealous because she and Peter had something. I remind her, looks like she doesn't have it anymore. She slaps my arm, not hard, just loud enough for aisle 7 to get a free show. I just stare at her while she storms off with her organic kale. That night, Peter's back at it, long texts about how I ruined his life, how he's hated everywhere he goes, how I don't know what it's like. I just reply, "You did this to yourself. Not me." And honestly, I meant it. I'm done being the therapist, the maid, the scapegoat. If people think I went too far, fine. But sometimes you gotta get petty just to survive. So Peter calls again. Leaves another voicemail. This one's just, breathing. Like a creep auditioning for a horror movie. Blocked. Again. Sophia asks me if I regret it. I say nope. She asks if I feel even a little bad. I say maybe I wish it hadn't been so public, but honestly, I'm glad she finally got what was coming. Sophia calls me savage. I say, "You have no idea." Next day, Veronica and I pack up Peter's leftover junk into a box, dump it in the lobby with a note, "Come get it or it's trash." He texts her, "You're both insane." She replies, "Try us." He never shows. Veronica says change the locks. I already did. Finally, I sleep through the night. Am I sorry? Nope. Am I healing? Also nope. I'm just getting my life back, minus the chaos. But if I've learned one thing about Peter, it's that he never lets anything go. Spoiler, neither do I. Then silence. Real, actual silence. No texts, no late-night calls, not even a cryptic Instagram post. I almost believed it was over. But then the voicemails start again, from random numbers. Peter this time sounds different. Not angry, not fake calm. Just pathetic. He's crying, begging, apologizing. I ignore them all. When that doesn't work, he starts emailing me. Emails. Who does that? Subject lines like, please, or, I'm sorry. Whole paragraphs about how he wasn't thinking straight, how Gianna ghosted him after Curtis found out, how he never stopped loving me. Delete. Next. Even Veronica's getting screenshots now, Peter begging her for help. She shuts him down with a single thumbs up emoji. Iconic. Of course, he escalates. Shows up at my door one afternoon, red-eyed, mumbling about missing me, begging for, just 5 minutes. I tell him, stop begging. It's gross. He tries to reach for me. I shove him back. Slam the door. Done. After that, it's just the same recycled playlist of guilt trips. 2 a.m. voicemails. New burner numbers. Even a Facebook message request. Every time, block, block, block. Honestly, it's a new kind of muscle memory. Eventually, he leaves one last note under my door, I'm sorry. I hope you find someone better. Trash can. Where it belongs. Curtis randomly messages me, hope you're doing better. I say yeah, thanks, and leave it at that. I don't care about Gianna, I don't care about Peter. It's been 3 weeks. I feel lighter. Not healed, not happy, just done. And if you're wondering if it was worth it, blowing it all up, airing the dirty laundry, refusing to play nice. Honestly, yeah. Sometimes the best revenge is showing someone you're not broken, then walking away. So that's it. End of saga. If you see a guy named Peter in a hotel bar looking sad and lost, keep walking. Or hell, buy him a drink. IDC, I'm busy living my own life now.